Um, I just wanted to share something that happened today. Uh, People from the U.S. Census have been stopping by my apartment to collect data about my household. So, first time they sent it, they left me a little, hey, Greek Town Hotbox. I hope you're out there making that good music. Um, Somebody stopped by and they left a little note on my door, and I didn't respond to it, didn't say nothing. Um, then they came back, okay? Somebody came to my house yesterday, and I told the lady, I'm not interested in giving you any information about my household, about my personal life, about me, nothing, none of that. Okay? I didn't say nothing. I just said I'm not interested. So she left. Then today somebody comes by my apartment. Same thing. Who is it? I'm not expecting no visitor. So they say it's U.S. Census. I said, ma'am, I'm not interested. Okay. I said, please don't come back. I've already told the last person that I'm not interested. Okay. Don't come back. So the young girl on the other side of my door says, ma'am, well, you're going to eventually have to fill it out. I said, what did you say? She said, you're eventually going to have to fill it out. I said, who are you talking to? And she said, okay, no, never mind. I opened up my door and I said, no. Come and give me that piece of paper. I said, you give it to me because I'm getting ready to fill it out. I said, come and give it to me so I can give you a bunch of nothing. On every single one of them damn questions, I'm going to act like I ain't got no sense. What's your name? I don't know my name. How many people live in your household? 50. Bitch, you want to sit here and tell me what I have to do? All right, I got you. Give it to me. I'm about to fill out every last one of them questions like I ain't got an ounce of sense in my mind. Because, see, y'all swear up and down that these people got good intentions. It's a little sister, little black girl, thinking that she doing a service to humanity by going around collecting everybody's information. You're not doing me any justice. You're not helping the community. You're not doing nothing but going around collecting your own people's information and handing it over to our enemy so that they can continue to track us, so that they can continue to have too much goddamn information about who we are, where we are, what we're doing, and what is our frame of mind. Now you're going to go around and sit and collect all this information thinking that you're doing a service, like I said, to your community. That's not what's going on. So she said, ma'am, I didn't mean to upset you. I said, well, you already did. She said, I wasn't trying to upset you. I said, you already did. Because you come around here, first of all, you don't pay a single bill in this motherfucker. You going to tell me what I got to do. I'm going to show you what I got to do. Baby girl, I'm going to show you what I have to do. And what you going to have to do is get the fuck out of my face. Because what's going to happen is you're going to end up losing your job, your little census job, or whatever you think you're doing around here. And I said don't come back. And if you do come back, again, what's going to end up happening is you're going to get that piece of paper with a whole bunch of nothing on it. Y'all going to keep on playing with me, talking about, oh, you're going to have to fill it out. Oh, I'm going to have to do something, all right. I'm going to show you what I have to do. And it's not going to make you happy. And when you take it back to your managers, take it back to your supervisors, you tell them to come back to my house and tell me what I got to do. And I show them the same way I showed your little ass. People swear up and down that because they're walking around with a U.S. badge or some kind of U.S. ID, that somebody's supposed to respect them as an authority. Girl, you like 13 years old. She had to be like a teenager with her first job, her first notable job. And I'm like, girl, come over here one more time and tell me what I got to do. Sometimes it's okay to think for yourself. Sometimes it's okay to make your own decisions. Sometimes it's okay to tell somebody what you're going to do instead of letting them tell you what you're going to do. You understand? Same way I've been telling y'all about this mask. The other day, I went into Chipotle. And I said I wasn't going to go to Chipotle no more, but I wanted my bowl. So I used the app this time. I ordered my food. And when I went in there, I did not have no mask. I wasn't about to wear no mask. I picked up my food. I went outside and ate without no mask, all of that stuff, no mask. And I came back and got a refill on my drink. No mask. See, I keep trying to tell y'all this thing is about your frame of mind. It's about you having an idea of freedom for yourself and you operating inside of that idea of freedom yourself. Now, see me, I do what I do because I know I'm protected. I do what I do because I know my ancestors and this whole entire universe is under my command. I'm not squeamish about saying that because I know it for a fact. I practice it. I live inside of it. I exercise it every day. Nobody tells me what I will do. I do what thou wilt, as I am called to do on this earth. I don't hurt anyone, and I do not hurt myself. And see, somebody might tell you, oh, well, you're hurting people because you're spreading COVID. Baby, if you have not done your research about the effects of 5G radiation or ELF radiation or whatever it is, and you still don't understand why only people who are susceptible to lung problems or respiratory issues are the ones who die, there's a reason why there's such a stark difference between those who die and those who live. A 99.9% difference. Okay? Because the people who are being affected or impacted by COVID and dying, those are the people who are already on their way out to die anyway. There's a reason why the people who get it and they were not about to die already, they have a 99.9% rate of survival. That's not a coincidence, y'all. It's not a coincidence. If it were a real virus, then you would see a range of symptoms and a range of the mortality rate. It wouldn't be such a stark difference. There's no explanation for it being either you die or you want pretty much 100% get over it. Like, don't y'all realize that just because COVID came out, it doesn't mean that nobody was supposed to die anymore? Like, people still die. You know that, right? People still die. It still happens. It's going to happen. Regardless of what we do about it or regardless of what we think about a virus. People are going to die. That is a natural part of life. You going around wearing masks and all this other stuff like that, it does not bring up the 99.9% survival rate for those who are already going to survive anyway. If you are healthy and you are keeping up your immune system, then the radiation will not impact you the way it would a person who is already sick and weak. You understand? There's just too much going on out here to say, oh, this is a virus. If it's a virus, then why is the economy being impacted so much? If it's a virus, why is society being impacted so much? Okay? If it's that deadly, again, why do we have such a high survival rate for people who are healthy? You understand? If it's so deadly, somebody made a great point. If this virus is so deadly, why don't we have any biohazard bins for the mask that we wear around every day or that y'all wear around every day? Because I don't put that shit on my face. How come y'all don't have no biohazard bins sitting around nowhere for this biohazardous waste that you're supposedly carrying around on these masks? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But because we're not looking at, for example, if there was so, I'll put it this way, like I just posted on my page. This virus has prompted us to change society in some ways that have been hasty. It's been dramatic. And it's been a dynamic changes. You understand? So let me ask you this. When we go to vote, how come we don't get such hasty change when we vote? When we are protesting, how come we don't get so much quick and dynamic changes when we go and protest and when we vote? If we're boycotting things and we're speaking out and being angry, and we're on the news and we're in the courtrooms and we're marching and singing and doing all kind of stuff. Why? Nobody's pumped any money into the economy to solve any other social issues. I'm talking about this quote unquote virus has caused billions of dollars to be pumped into the economy. They wasn't doing that for homeless people. They ain't been doing that for hungry and starving people. They ain't been doing that for education. They haven't been doing that for people with, that are slaves to debt. They haven't been doing that, They haven't been doing that for any other reason. But y'all think that as soon as a 99% survival rate virus comes out, that it warrants all of this? Why would a virus stop the economy? Did HIV stop the economy? Did herpes or any of a goddamn thing stop the economy? What else has stopped the economy like this? What else has impacted society this drastically like this? You can't go anywhere without seeing COVID. How come it hasn't been to the point where we can't go somewhere without talking about prison reform? How come the economy hasn't been pumped full of money to talk about that, to reunite families for people that have been away from their families in prison on trumped up charges about marijuana and all this other stuff, things that we've been crying about for forever? But y'all let the government come out with something. Ooh, we got a virus, and now everybody's like, oh my God, we got a virus. But we weren't pumping no money into the economy to deal with heart disease, to deal with people who are on terrible diets because they can't afford good food. You understand what I mean? Why this and why now? Does this warrant so much social resources and all of these resources coming into the economy? You tell me why. We're voting, no changes. We're protesting, no changes. We're angry, no changes. We're starting institutions, we're in the community, no changes. Virus comes, change. Money. Oh, somebody's not thinking. Somebody's not putting pieces together. Somebody is afraid. Somebody is listening to the government, who is, I say this all the time, they are our clear and expressed enemies. Elitists who run the country, who have nothing but capitalistic gain on their mind, nothing but money on their mind. You understand? How are we not making these connections? How are we not looking at them and saying, all right, since you got all this money for that, and that. Oh, you got money. What was that girl? He got money. You got money, huh? So how about we put some money into the real issues that we're talking about? Y'all got all this money for a virus, but you ain't got no money for reparations. You ain't got no money to help us get out of debt slavery. You ain't got no money to help these businesses that are closing down, can't feed their families. You got no money for them. But you got money to put stickers on the fucking floor when I go to Walmart. You got money to hand out free masks to everybody. Somebody's not thinking. Somebody's not thinking. And then when I hear people say, they regurgitate. I hear my people in society regurgitating the messages that come out. Y'all excuse my nails. I hear people regurgitating information. They'll say, well, I know people that died from it. No, you don't know anybody that died from it. No, you don't. What you know is that somebody was told that this person died from it. That's all you know. You don't know nothing beyond that. You understand what I'm saying? Dr. Vickers, they could do so much to change society. They could do the push of a button on so many of the things that we are complaining about this society. But do they do that? No. Why? Because it is intentional. It is very intentional. And if they were to change it, then they would no longer be playing the game. They would no longer be deceiving us. They would no longer be capitalizing and exploiting us. They would no longer be controlling us. If they were to give us the things that we are asking for, and I'm putting emphasis on those words because listen at the position of power they have established that we mentally maintain, okay? We want them to give us something because we are asking for it. How many people do you know simply give out things because somebody's asking? You understand? See, somebody say protection for the complexion for the collection. That don't take money. Just a push a button. That's it. If they wanted to get rid of all of our debt, push of a button. Clean up our credit, push of a button. Release people from prison for low charges, weed charge, push of a button. Push of a button. You know? But is anybody doing it? No. The Federal Reserve, they gave billions of dollars to this at the push of a button. Now, if that's all they have to do in order to make shit shake that fast, you tell me why they haven't made it shake on nothing else that we're asking for. Might believe that they don't want to. Might believe that they're not going to. You understand? It's not going to happen because this stuff is by design. It is happening to us because that's exactly what they want for us, to be in debt. They want us to be uneducated. They want us to live in poverty. They want us to be confused and afraid of something that does not exist. And the reason why they keep on pushing it out, like, cover up your face, make sure you put on your mask, make sure you social distance to keep everybody safe, they're making you think that by you submitting to their prompting, they're reminding you, their subconscious programming you by repetition, they're telling you your controlled behavior is keeping the rest of society safe. If you allow me to control you, I'll keep you safe. And then they control your ass right off of a cliff. They control you right into a box, or they control you right into fear. They control you right into subdued positions. You understand? Because again, I'm going to put emphasis on what we're doing. We are asking our enemies to give us something that they actually don't even possess to give us, which is freedom. We're asking them, can you keep me safe? If you give me some guidelines, you understand, will you keep me safe? If I call the police, will they keep me safe? You already know that's a farce, fallacy. It's nothing. You keep yourself safe. You keep yourself healthy. You keep yourself educated. Have you ever waited for anybody to give you information when you need it, or do you go and get it for yourself? If somebody was fighting you, would you wait for somebody to come and shield you, or would you fight for yourself when you're under attack? Are you looking for permission? Excuse me, can I swing back? Excuse me, can I kick this person? No, you don't do that. When you're under attack, you think for yourself. You make your own decisions. Because who is being attacked? You. You. And this is what I mean about it, Dr. Vickers, sister. These doctors are coming out in droves, telling the truth, saying, you know what? When this person came in here, their diagnosis, it said this, that, and the other. They gave me blah, 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 blah on this paper saying that this person couldn't breathe. And I want you to also take a note that the symptoms for COVID are extremely general. A cough, wheezing, tightness, shortness of breath in your chest. I mean, General stuff. You go into there, the person might have had all these pre-existing conditions. And I need you to understand this as well because, people who have illnesses already can catch pneumonia and die, can catch the flu and die. They can catch a number of staphylococcus, what do you call it? Staph infection and die. There are many things that can be contributors to a person's death, but may not necessarily be the cause of a person's death because, again, and it is 5G. It is 5G. The reason why, like I said, the reason these people are going in and having these exacerbated conditions is because they are now under more intense levels of radiation. Radiation alters the structure of your DNA. Radiation alters the structure of your molecules. Your molecular composition gets altered and weakened when you're under excessive amounts of radiation, especially certain kinds of radiation. Now, when you go out in the sun and you get ultraviolet radiation, that alters your DNA structure molecularly on a molecular level. It changes your genetic coding in a way that actually serves you if you're a person that is of the earth. Now, if you're a Caucasian person, you go out into the sun is wreaking havoc on you genetically because you're not of the earth. So you can go out into the sun and you can be fed certain things, but the requirement is that you're healthy. If you're a Caucasian person and you still eating fried chicken and biscuits and gravy, baby, that sun is doing a number on your ass. If you're a Caucasian person and you are eating your leafy green vegetables and you are drinking water and keeping yourself full of additives that are serving in your diet, then yes, the sun will serve you because it's actually communicating and connecting with your diet when you have these nutrients. But if you're lacking nutrients, you might not want to go outside too much. But the point that I'm making here is that to observe your environment, to observe the past and how do I want to say this? To observe the past to make sense of the present is to have wisdom, okay? For you to look at all of what's going on. Again, we have never seen such dynamic change in society in such a short period of time. People are not going to work anymore. Businesses are closing down. Y'all, because of a virus? Like nobody's ever died before? What are we doing? You have to ask yourself, what is it? It's not a virus. If it were a virus, and let me tell you this, because like at my job, for example, at my job, I used to work for the Internal Revenue Service. We were begging those people to let us work from home. Begging them to let us work from home, and they would not. Now, all of a sudden, they're like, okay, y'all can go ahead and work from home. Y'all, something has to give, okay? We got to be more present in our minds because that does not, now all of a sudden that we can make so many accommodations for the entire world. How many of y'all have had to have 1 and 2 hour commutes to work because everybody is being called into the office and now all of a sudden traffic is dead because nobody's going to work anymore? All of these changes have been made so that we don't have to commute and we don't have to do as much as we had to do before. How long has video conferencing been a thing? How long has Zoom been a business resource? And we just now using it to work from home? How long has climate change been a problem? Okay, smog in the air and all these things that we've been battling with that working from home could have solved. But it takes for COVID. The reason why they want us to be in the house is because they're building an entire infrastructure for the Internet of Things. Do you know what the Internet of Things is? The Internet of Things is the reason why we are now being wired on 5G. The Internet of Things basically says that our devices can all communicate with each other immediately at once on the same network. The only thing about that is, for that communication to happen so quickly, the devices have to be close enough to a tower for it to pick up and be transmitted. Now, 5G, it has that immediate communication, but the towers do not communicate that far because it's a low frequency. Now, you got people out there that will tell you, all right, they did a study. The frequency of the radiation is extremely low, and that doesn't affect the human body. Okay, I'll give you that. But that's just one or two towers, maybe. What does it mean when you are inundated with these towers? What does it mean when you cannot go anywhere and be outside of the range of one of the towers? Especially not if you live inside of a populated area. If you live in an area where it's dense with a population and these people have devices, you are going to be under constant radiation, whether it be low frequency or not. To constantly be under radiation, that would be like constantly running your microwave and putting your head in it. Okay, you don't. That will kill you. It will make you sick. You understand? It would be like if you know when you go to the doctor and you get an x-ray and they put that thing over you, or you go to the dentist, they put that thing over you because you don't need to be exposed to radiation unnecessarily. Okay? Now, what would it be like if you was in a doctor's office and they were just constantly taking pictures of you without any protection? Constantly taking x-rays and exposing you to radiation without no protection. Y'all, it will weaken your immune system and you will die. Do you understand? It's why nobody is talking about the real effects of 5G radiation. Because they give you these bogus scientific studies and nobody questions them. Because it got Dr. Fauci's name on it, or it's got the CDC's name on it, or the WHO's name on it. These people are just folks who decided to write their name on a piece of paper and say, hey, I'm an organization now. You understand what I'm saying? I'm an organization now. That doesn't mean they have integrity. Do you really think the federal government has integrity? I mean, Jesus. Do you really think they have integrity? Do you really think anything that has to do with capitalism is rooted in integrity? That they would publish real results just to, I should say that, do you think that they're publishing real results just because they have an obligation or a duty to? Or do you think they are publishing the results that are going to serve them? Have you ever heard of the term pseudoscience? Pseudoscience means I'm going to design, and I need you to know this about the scientific process, okay? When you're going through the scientific method, you are an engineer of information. You are an engineer of data. What you're doing is designing an experiment to give you insight on a specific output that you yourself have targeted in this experiment. So you determine what are your controlled variables, what are your independent and dependent variables, basically. You are determining how you're going to observe that information. You are determining the conclusion, what will be included, what will be excluded from your conclusion in your data. You know, if I see, let's just say I have results that come back, right? And I have an anomaly, for example. An anomaly means this set of data is outside of the normal results that we got. So if I get an anomaly, and let's just say the anomaly might negate what has happened in the main set of data. If I don't want anybody to know that, and I lack integrity, I don't publish that in my results. I don't publish it in the scientific journal that I'm going to publish that data in. I simply say, oh, this was an anomaly, so I'm going to disregard it. But see, a person like me, who is a person of integrity as a scientist, I'm going to tell you there is an anomaly in this data. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. Nobody from the federal government is going to do that. We have to stop trusting these people. You understand? Trust them. Why? Do we have a reason to trust the results coming from the CDC? Why? Just because they say they're the CDC? Who are they? Who's behind the title? Who's behind the logo? Who's behind the brand? Are we checking them out personally to see, like, bitch, who are you? Because the shit that y'all be doing is really not, I don't like it. You understand? Like, we really have to start questioning deeper, questioning more. Just because somebody says, oh, this is a scientific journal, see, you're not going to go through all those data sets. You're not going to sit there and perform the calculations. You're not going to sit there and figure out, is this a good experiment based on what I see as the variables? Because in reality, a variable could be anything. It could be good or it could be useful, accurate. I mean, because let's just say I am testing out which hair product is going to make my hair feel the softest. To do a good experiment on that, wouldn't I want to go and get a range of products, okay, with different ingredients, with things that will give me a wide set of data to study, right? So I can figure out what's going to give me the best result. Nah, everybody doesn't design their experiments that way. What if you got a person that says, you know what, because I only want this product to be highlighted, I'm only going to test products from this line. You understand? Because I want to sell from this particular line, I'm only going to test out this line. And see, this is what I mean about deceptive, practices, deceptive pseudoscience. It's fake. I could design a whole study that way. I could design a whole entire study that says, okay, well, this is what we looked at, this is what it came out to, and this is what we found. Okay, but how many things were tested? How long was it tested? How many different variables were included? How many variables were excluded? Got to start asking these questions, family. Got to start asking these questions and not just receiving answers just because of the person who's giving them. And I'm telling you, certain people are giving answers and we trust them for what? Why are we trusting these people? What have they given us to trust in the past? We have that right question. All United States agencies with no recourse, they question us about anything under government policies. Government policies have been a source of our destruction. And I hope you know that. The same policies that you are so gung-ho about goddamn following, those are the same policies that got your people in jail. Those are the same policies that got your ass in debt. Those are the same policies that got your ass unhealthy. Those are the same policies that got you confused. The same policies that got you uneducated. The same policies, okay, that are destroying your home, destroying your life and your family and your mentality and your spirit. Same policies. So for us to trust some of them, but to question others, why do we separate the things that come from the federal government that we want to trust and certain things that we don't? I'm going to tell you, we're lazy. The things that's going to take a whole lot of work for us to come on top of it, we say, you know what, we can't do that work right now, so we just going to trust whatever they say. Or it's fear. Well, we're afraid that this is going to happen to us if we do this, so we're just going to trust whatever they say because we're afraid. I'm afraid that if I don't wear this mask, that somebody's going to arrest me, or that the police will be called on me, or that I will be seen as somebody who's selfish. It's fear. And it's all by design, and we all care too much. Because see, somebody like me, I don't give a fuck. Somebody like me, I don't give a single flipping fuck. Does somebody want to call me selfish? Hey, baby. Say it through your mask, honey. Because when you come step to me, I'm going to say it to your ass so you can fucking hear me. You hear me? You going to hear what I have to say. I ain't coming up by no mask. Because it's fear. It's control. You understand? It's willful ignorance. Ignoring whatever makes sense. Ignoring things that make sense. You know, that's where we're at. We're just ignoring sensible things. It's not sensible that this virus is causing society to do all that it's making it do. It's not sensible. We're ignoring. Flat out ignoring. It's not sensible to think that voting is going to help us. It's not sensible. Excuse me. Because when has it ever? The simple fact that our picket signs still read the same messages. Can you stop killing us, please? Can we be equal to you, please? Can we be educated, please? Can we be safe and free, please? Can we have our own resources, please? Can we? Can we get out of debt, please? It's just so much. And for some reason, it never happens. And for some reason, we keep asking. You know? I don't like those odds. I don't like those numbers. You see, sometimes you got to realize life is about math. Life is about them numbers, baby. We out here trying to get coins. We need to be adding shit up in another way. We need to be adding shit up somewhere different. Because all this shit ain't adding up. It's not adding up. It has never added up to me. I'm waiting for the moment when y'all start twisting your little wheels up here, doing some calculations. I need y'all to be up here with it. Run them numbers, please. You tell me what is adding up. You know, people say, oh, voting does work. We have more black people in office now than it ever did. Is that a compliment or is that an indication that something is wrong? If we got more black people in office than ever before and we still in the same motherfucking place, somebody tell me, what is it? Somebody tell me what? What are we not getting about this? What are we not registering? This is not our system. This is not our matrix. I did an episode on Entertaining the Thought. I want y'all to go check it out. It's called Double Matrices. You know what a matrix is? A matrix is a set of rules that are designed to give you a specific output, a specific effect, a specific illusion. Exactly. Entertain the thought. We right now, honestly, we've been blessed with a double matrices because the universe herself, okay, our Mother Earth, you know, she said, y'all got a matrix, but fuck you, I got one too. I'm going to allow my children to get on my matrix if they want. Now, see, y'all looking at it like, oh, you unplug from the matrix, you go, you know, cast yourself out into society or from society. Nah. Mother Nature is a matrix in and of herself. And let me tell you something. Her matrix is much more powerful. Let me tell you. Ooh, go listen to the episode. Mother Nature's matrix is so much more powerful because she's empowered by the universe. The moon, the sun, and the earth create a matrix that we have a natural ability to live off of, if we so choose. But see, if we like this fake matrix, this pseudo matrix, and we choose to live on that, like I said, because of control, fear, not knowing that we have a choice. You understand? I started this video off by talking about the fact that the U.S. Census girl gonna come through and tell me that I have to fill out the damn form. Girl, if you don't listen, You're going to tell me, but that's because, see, she has chosen to succumb to this matrix that is fake. It doesn't. Somebody wrote down a whole set of laws that are layered on top of universal laws. And then they tell you, okay, forget about those universal laws. I want you to follow my laws. And we are looking around like, okay. At the same time, they're like, oh, and by the way, I hate you. I recognize that you're more powerful than me, so I'm going to steal your power. How am I going to do it? I'm going to stick you inside of a matrix. I'm going to stick you inside of a big illusion and make you think that this is something you have to do. Because you think that you need money to live. I'm going to convince you of that first. Okay? I'm going to go around the earth and I'm going to say, you know what? Even though all these things are free, look, I'm going to get up all of these things, right? And I'm going to tell you, these are all the resources of your land. I just went and grabbed them up off the ground. And I'm going to tell you, I own this. And if you want it, you're going to have to pay me for it. And that's exactly what they've ended up doing. And we are looking around like, well, damn, I do want it. So what do I have to do to pay for it? And then they look at you. Oh, I'm so glad you asked. You're going to have to work. Sorry. And guess what? You're going to have to work in my company that I've created off of the things I just took from you. You understand? I took this from you. Now I'm going to create a company. You're going to work for my company. And then you'll be able to buy back the things that I just took from you. How genius am I? God damn it, I must be a genius. Because look at what I just did. I made you think. Instead of you just snatching your things back from me and saying, those are my things. I'm not working for you. You're going to give me my shit and you're going to get the fuck out of my face. You understand the difference between asking and taking what is rightfully yours? I can simplify it for you even more. When you step outside, you understand that you have a right to take a breath. So if I come to you and I look at you in your face and I say, stop breathing. I don't want you to take another breath. Are you going to look at me and wait for permission? Because I told you that I need to be the one to grant you permission for you to breathe? Or are you going to stand there and take a breath? Again, when I go in Walmart, then people can say whatever they want to me. Whatever they want. I'm going to do what I want. No one has yet to say anything to me. Why? Because they recognize I'm going to do what I want. I can do what I want. This brother came to me and said, ma'am, I'm required to give you the mask. Once you go in there, I can't do nothing about it. If you take it off your face, it's off your face. He ain't had to tell me that. I already know that. Why? Because I express my freedom every single day. I don't let nobody tell me what I'm doing. I don't ask permission for nobody. And it's down to the point where we have to realize that some things you just don't ask for. You don't ask for freedom. I did another episode about that. When we say give us freedom, what does that mean? You are free. Do you believe that you're free? That, I think, is where we have the big disconnect. Do you believe that you're free is the question. Because if you believed it, would you be acting this way? If you believed that you were free enough to move about, to live, to express yourself, would you be so susceptible to looking at the TV and receiving instructions on how you're supposed to live? Looking at your cell phone, everything says COVID, everything around you, it says COVID this, COVID that, okay? Are you not able to reset your mind back to a time when COVID was not a thing, it didn't exist? Because if you could do that, if you did do that, you would realize there's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to fear. Take the mask off and see what happens. You know, you go. I feel like it'd be Total Recall. Y'all remember Total Recall when he was out in Mars and he didn't have on his the covering over his face and his shit just started bulging out. He was I feel like some of y'all think that's what's gonna happen if you take that goddamn mask off. Y'all think it's gonna be like Total Recall. I gotta stop. I mean, because sometimes I just be like, what do y'all really think is gonna happen? What do you really think is gonna happen? I mean, I don't know. But then you'll get a 5G cell phone. You'll hold it up to your ear. You'll listen. You'll hold it right up to your head. You'll get AirPods and you'll put both of them in your ears. I need y'all to recognize this. You put them AirPods in your ears, both of them at the same time. You are frying your brain. Slowly, okay? You are frying your brain. I'm telling you, that is way worse than anything some COVID is doing to you. Because it's not COVID, it's 5G. Now, if you put them AirPods in your ears, right? Wait until they finish rolling out the 5G infrastructure. And you go outside in between all them goddamn towers. Every few feet, there will be a new tower. I'm talking about feet from each other. Every step you take, you're under radiation. Every call you take, beaming on you from tower to tower. And you got them things in your ears. And y'all scared of you walking around with a mask? You need to be walking around with some aluminum foil on your head. That's what you need to be doing. You need to go get you one of them beanies that have the lining of the aluminum foil, or what is it? They have magnetic repelling gear that you can wear. It repels certain radio frequencies and certain radiation. That's what you need to have on. I think I'm gonna go ahead and quit my little rant and let y'all live. But entertain the thought. Go and check my link in my bio and listen to what I be having to say. Because I always got something for you. Okay? I love y'all. Let's keep thinking. Let's keep putting the pieces together. Y'all run your calculations and come back and tell me what you came up with. Okay? Do your studies. Look deeper into things. Research. Figure it out. And let me know what you got.